ready to go.
What's the degree of difficulty on that 4th and 14 pass, Justin? Jalen didn't really get any separation until pretty much after Justin had thrown the ball. I mean, just how hard of a throw is that?
Yeah, that's as good of a throw as you're going to see. Did an awesome job, threaded the needle, and we've all seen him. His accuracy is above average, and we continue to display that. It was a great read, great ball, great catch.
How did you set up that call?
It was all part of the game plan for what their coverage was and what their development was. We developed into the right scheme versus the right look, and he played it perfect.
Were you pretty pleased with what you saw out of Travis Dye on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, you expect some of these young guys, the true freshmen, to kind of have some of those bumps, and haven't been there and done that like most of our coaches who've also played, but haven't been there as a true freshman. Those lights are bright. His first couple snaps, but he's gonna be really, really good for a long time here, and we're really excited about him.
How did the first game go in terms of communication with you and Mario, and even kind of game plan up? Can you just kind of take us through how that works for you guys designing the game plan, and then how you pulled it off in terms of communicating during the game?
Yeah, very similar to last year. I mean, not a lot of changes really. Our communication, our design, our game planning, the way we communicate. One of the reasons that I think we're both together still is the ability to communicate. We've all done this a long time. There's a lot of professionals in the building, and I think the one thing that we do well and we agree on and we see eye to eye is communication and adjustments, and I think that's only going to improve.
What are you saying, and what's he saying to you kind of throughout that game? He giving you ideas kind of through the run game, and you're kind of sending some back?
Yeah, I mean, obviously as the head coach, he's got his ear on about 3 different earphones. He's got special teams, defense, offense, everything else is going on in the game. So, definitely coaches always got suggestions, but we're all on and we're all locked in and we're all communicating in runs and passes and screens and situations and down and distance. That's part of, I don't know anybody who's ever been on a headset during the game, but it's pretty crazy.
How did your tight end depth chart change with Cam being out?
That's really fortunate for Cam. He's done a really nice job, put himself in position to be really successful in this offense, and obviously we got to move forward, and those guys have done a nice job in that room, and we'll be anxious to get him back, but we got to go move forward with those other guys and get reps and put them in the right position.
What was your overall assessment of Justin's play week 1? Obviously 10 completions, 5 of them touchdowns. What was your takeaway week 1 for him?
Some good stuff. I think there's some good stuff, a lot of stuff to build on, some things he wanted back. We're real critical of how we play at that position here. We have been for 2 years, and I think that he's done an awesome job of taking critical coaching, and he's very critical himself. So I think there's some really, really good plays on tape and some things I think that we got to learn from.
How do you assess the interceptions? 100% on him or tips, or how do you assess those coming out?
There's a little bit here and there. It's coverage identification, forces, tip balls. Those things all play themselves into, we always want those back, and I think that moving forward, there's always going to be ways to eliminate them if we can.
What do you feel like you've learned about this team that you maybe didn't know about going into the first game?
The thing that you're always looking for is the resiliency of the team and how the character builds early in the season, especially with, really at the end of the day, we've been here, but it's still new for everybody. We're all together for the first time, really. And so just so encouraging to see our guys respond after a slow start and come from behind and score 30 in the second quarter and just see some of that. I mean, that's a sign of a good team, a team that's resilient and can continue to turn the scoreboard off and to keep playing ball, I just think that's a really good sign for a team that's just coming together.
What are you guys doing as coaches to get the team coming out halftime a little faster, more effective than they were last year? That was such a problem. Third quarters seemed like that's a big point of emphasis for Arroyo.
Yeah, I think we saw that dip in the third quarter last year. Whether how far you go back analytically and look at it, whether those third quarters you're up by 40 and you're trying to avoid the mental lapse. But we've definitely focused on turning the scoreboard off and teaching our guys the score will take care of itself, and executing is really going to be the most important part.
Portland State, a pretty cool team. What are you seeing so far out of them?
A well-coached team that plays hard. I mean, you can't take anybody for granted in college football. Anybody can beat anybody any day. And so we're excited to see another team and come in and work our tails off this week. Our focus will remain on us, but and doing things right. Good, well-coached team, plays hard, and young. They fly to the ball. They're doing a nice job with that. That defense is a little bit different, and so you got to kind of prepare for that.
What went into your decision to place Justin back in the game after putting Braxton in?
We talked about getting the twos some spell, so twos a run a little bit in that second half. We were going to go with those guys and see how it went. And the ones I don't think we're that surprised if we'll go back in. Twos we're going to go. We're going to see how it's going to go from there. And then ones weren't going to be just out for the game. We were going to play that by ear, and we did.
Two big plays out of Jalen. What have you seen out of him? What does he add to this offense?
Jalen's continued to build, I think, off last year. I think we all saw there's some playmaking ability there by Jalen. He's a hard worker. He's done a great job in the offseason, and he'll continue to display kind of how he can be valuable in our offense, whether it be intermediate or down the field.
Where do you think he's made the most progress from last year to this year?
I think physically, mentally maturing the game is the biggest part from his freshman to sophomore year, starting as a freshman. But physically, he's also done a really good job transitioning to the wide receiver position. In high school, coming out of high school, he played a little bit of everything. So, being specifically a wide receiver, he's done a really nice job.
Do you see that he can add something to their rushing attack still this year, or primarily just as a pass catcher?
Well, I mean, depends what you define as a rush. I mean, he's done fly sweep stuff for us all since last year. So, definitely a guy who can, with the ball in his hand, can be special.